Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Bay Networking. Please have a seat and join us. The official meeting runs from 9:30 to 10:30. I'm David Grossman. We've been meeting here at the Beacon from starting in about November. We meet once a month. We sort of have we do have a rule, but we don't want to be too dictatorial, but we have sort of a rule about people not having duplicated professions to protect some of the folks who come near the beginning. But everyone is welcome to come at least once, and then we try and sort it out. We have not had one situation yet where, well, actually, that's not true. We have had a situation where there was a duplication, and so we're actually starting another chapter to accommodate, because the other chapter is going to meet on the fourth Tuesday of the month, and probably more on the east side of town. Can you hear us okay, by the way, Lori?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. We've got a little background music here, which seems hard to get.
You won't turn it off?
Any quieter. I don't know.
We've tried that.
A couple
She's
times.
just one person.
So
I love you.
So basically the format of the meeting is we go around the table and around the Zoom, and everyone takes a minute or two to introduce themselves. And then we have a couple of 5-minute presentations. So today I've asked Sal to do a presentation, and if I've asked anyone else previously to do a presentation and you're prepared to do a presentation today and I forgot about it, please let me know and you can present. If not, I have a short presentation prepared. I've not presented yet since November, so I have a short presentation on mortgage investing. It's a topic that some people
I think you should do it. Just don't my mortgage. That's not.
So what we'll do is we're going to start here with, to my left, we have Mandy, who is new to us. We're going to do a few introductions, and then we're going to go to the Zoom where we have Lori, who's also her first time, I believe. And I think we are actually streaming on Facebook now too. We're streaming on my timeline and also in the group What's Happening Wasaga Beach. So we could have 100, 500 people or nobody watching us on Facebook. But as you all know, from our past, what we do is we are recording this, and then we share it in the group, and then feel free, if you see it, to share it yourselves, so it helps get all of our names out there and let other people know about what we're doing, both professionally and with the group here. So okay, Mandy, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
So my name is Mandy. I opened up KB Studios in 2016. By profession, I shouldn't say that, but I went to school for kinesiology and health science. So I finished that degree. I've been practicing for like 8-9 years now. Finally, I'm kind of giving it up to pursue my thing. I got into makeup first because I'm in the modeling and acting industry. I've had contracts abroad, I've traveled, I've had magazines, billboards, all that kind of stuff. And through the 11 years I've been doing that, I have learned a lot of techniques from different hundreds of makeup artists and hairstylists. So then I implemented that into my studio. And then I found out that there's so many other things that are booming, like microblading, like permanent sort of makeup for your eyebrows and stuff, for the men who don't really know. And then like eyelash extensions, nails, anything beauty and all that kind of stuff. So I basically started from there, and now I'm here. And then I moved to Wasaga, and I'm found this group, and I'm very thankful to be here. And so I would love to take this opportunity to network with everybody.
All right, well, welcome. Yeah. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Dawn, welcome. Tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Dawn Clare. I work for the local newspaper, Metroland Media, Star Metroland Media. Did I say that?
Well, it's 3 million.
I worked for the Sun for 17 years prior. I've been with Metro Media for 10 years now. I do advertising. Right now we're working on a big promotion for a Canada Day. So what it is, it's a false front. Sorry. It's a false front that we're putting on the paper. So that's the newspaper. This is the false front. These 2 pages, front and inside. So what you would do is get your logo on the front page with your phone number and address. And then inside the paper, you would get an ad, a 1/6 of a page ad, which is about this size with any kind of information you want in it about your business for people to see. So it's all geared towards Canada Day. And that's for the Wasaga Stainer Sun, which reaches about 13,200 homes every Thursday. So June 30th is the date for this, and the price for it, you get both spots, is $149. It's really good. And we do all the artwork if you want. We do, just with your assistance, just let me know. We can do whatever.
Or
there you go.
We have our own logo or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just need your logo.
Awesome.
And the front page is taken, so it would be the inside that's available. So that's all full. So it would be here where the rest of the people with the logos would be, and then inside the paper is that 6th of the page ad. That's all I wanted to talk about today.
Okay, very.
There's so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, I also mentioned Don had organized a special opportunity which some of us took advantage of to advertise. Right, that's a photo of it there. So
that's going out
next week. For the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to run for 4 weeks, starting June 23rd. Paper and 4 businesses are advertising on the half page.
Right. Excellent. Great. Okay, good. Dawn, thank you very much. Next, we have Brian Davies, photographer extraordinaire, talented voiceover artist, singer, and whatnot. Tell us about yourself, Brian.
Hi, folks. I'm Brian Davies. And, I mainly focus on professional photography. My tagline is, your image is our business. And what I'd like to offer you folks is, if you don't have a portrait, a headshot for your business, you probably need one to increase your business, what it is. We've been doing photography for a long time. We did some stage photography for Davidson Theater Group, and do editorial, commercial, tourism, you name it. We can choose this. Thank you.
And you do a fair bit of work for Georgian Life.
And now Mike Collingwood. And I have a couple of other clients around the area too. So
right.
It kept us pretty busy. I'll just mention that I told you this morning, we in the first part of June we did 10 photography projects in 10 days. That's
wow.
Busy. Wow. And are you finding a lot of people are organizing weddings now that
over? We don't do weddings as such, but I'm doing one for a friend. We do engagement for size. We did a couple from New Jersey. Wanted an engagement photo, so we took them up to did some shit there.
Nice.
Excellent. All right. Good. Glad you could join us today, Brian. Be here. Good. Ron Skelly, HVAC man extraordinaire.
Heating and air conditioning, but I'm gonna do a shameless plug here.
Sure.
I volunteered on a committee, a town committee. We're doing, I don't know if you've heard of Expo 2022. It's a show in June, June 22nd from 10 to 2 p.m. You might see some of these posters around town. So they asked me to help with donations, prizes for the event. And I'm just going to list a couple that I'm really proud of that we got. Shaka Wasaga, have you new river cruise?
Yeah.
They donated 2 cruises for us. Axe throwing, Wasaga Adventure Park. Apparently the 55+ crowd really loves throwing axes.
There's a special for couples, they throw them at each other.
Married council.
I really wanted to get these people Tokyo Smoke. So they we're an exhibitor, plus they're giving us a cannabis basket. I didn't want to make
samples.
Free samples.
Free spirit tours, again, a cruise on the river. And one I'm really proud of is Skydive Wasaga tandem jump.
Oh, wow.
50 other great prizes as well. So last time we had 600 people come to the show. It'll probably be busier this year, post-pandemic. People want to get out.
Where does this happen?
It's a Recplex.
Oh.
So Wednesday, June 22nd for 10 to 2. And it's free admission. And a free lunch. You get their barbecue lunch.
Like it's like I think seniors, is it all age?
55 plus.
Oh, okay.
Can you win if you're under 60?
Yeah, anybody can win.
Why would you ask? Oh,
Okay.
Sure, yeah, it's open to everything. It's
So he's like that, eh?
30 are nonprofit, and 30 are for-profit. I'll have a booth there as well, Blaze Mechanical. So, yeah,
Is that a Wednesday?
it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, 10 to 2. It's only 4 hours. So, yeah, anybody can go. It's open to everybody. When you, for a prize, you just put your ticket when you walk in the door, put it in their box. And at 2 o'clock, we're going to draw the 15.
Did you pay to get in?
No,
No.
free.
Okay.
wow.
Really great prizes. Like the community, the business community was so generous. It was.
That's cute. I like that. Nice.
The Superstore, they donated $200 gift certificate.
Wow.
Canadian Tire, $700 pots and pans.
Is there anything about free gas?
$200 cash for Superstore. So maybe you could use it.
Maybe you can use it some.
So who's putting it on?
The town. It's
The
Wasaga Beach.
So they're advertising for it then. If they're
Yes,
putting it
it'll be
on,
all-
it'll be in
there's
the
gonna be
paper.
signs
It'll be in the
and
paper
Facebook.
too.
Yes, on the paper too.
Yeah, okay.
They have some half-page ads, I believe.
And it's a very well attended event.
Did you say there's still opportunities for exhibitors or it's
No, it's
filled up? Filled up.
Great.
Sorting Sisters is going to be from this group. Yeah, if you get a
I think
chance.
so, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's
Excellent.
wonderful, yeah.
Ron, what I'm not clear on, is the lunch free? Because the poster kind of makes it look like you come and you can have a lunch.
Yeah, it's a free barbecue lunch, so
Then we're all.
I think there's enough for 600 people, so it depends on.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
No, it's a really good, really well attended event. And even if you're not 55,
Yes.
It
there's
doesn't.
great vendors there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Okay, Ron, do you want to tell us anything about your business or?
No, just we're really busy right now doing air conditioning.
Right.
So
Got the ball on the edge of turn.
it's kind of weather dependent, so it depends on, the weather, but
You got to.
so we do mainly Napoleon products, furnaces, air conditioners, fireplaces, tankless water heaters. I focus mainly on Wasaga Beach and Tiny, but we do all of Simcoe County. So really good company, really high quality, good products. Most of what we sell is made in Canada. That's what I like.
Where's your office, Roy?
It's just the other side of Aurelia. That's the main office. But
Oh,
I work out of Wasaga Beach.
I mean, I'm not gonna use mine.
and it's probably a good idea if you need an air conditioner to do it before it's 100 degrees out.
Actually, Ron's company installed one for one of my clients recently and everything just went flawless. Yeah, no, you did a great job. Thank you.
Nice, excellent. All right, let's turn to Lori, who's online. We have Lori Primich from Clean Moving and Disinfection. Lori, welcome. How are you today?
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm not there, but I'm just recovering from the good old COVID and thought it best that I be here. But I found this online. Thank you, David, for advertising and appreciate the opportunity to speak to all of you. I've been in Wasaga Beach for 1 year now, tomorrow, and love the community. I actually joined the climate action team to get to know some people. I believe in taking care of the environment, and this is a beautiful spot to encourage that. So I got into clean moving and disinfection because of my move, and it was a little overwhelming. I thought, oh, now I've got to clean and disinfect it to have it safe for new people. So basically I do empty homes for movers. I work a lot with realtors I work with stagers, so it doesn't necessarily have to be empty, but we help it get ready for when they are getting ready to sell and have open houses and so forth. I also got involved in helping elderly people or anybody who doesn't have the time or the energy to pack. So I can help out with some packing. And there's opportunities as well with people who are helping their parents transition maybe into old age homes and that sort of thing. And, you know, you go into a home that someone's been in 25, 30, 40 years, and they've collected a lot of stuff. So I'm able to help out in organizing. I'm very well organized. And my mother taught me that to have a clean and very clean environment. So that's how I got into the business and helping out a lot of local people. I go from here. I was going into Toronto because of gas prices and costs. I'm staying north of the city, but I do go out to Mississauga as well, but would like to stay up north of the city. So in a nutshell, that's what I do. I help people in transitioning from homes to home.
All right. Great. Thanks a lot, Lori. It's nice to meet you and glad you could join us, even though it's remote. That's what the Zoom's all about. So appreciate you joining us. We have Sue is first time, and I don't think Sue owns a business, but she's thinking about it. And well, I don't think that we would restrict people if they want to come out and network. So glad you joined us. Sue, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure. I'm from Toronto, North York. And I've only been up here a couple of years now. My name came up on the wait list with Simcoe County Housing. So I'm living at their brand new building at 175 Zoo Park now, which is very nice. Anyway, I'm told I'm a gifted fortune teller. So not everybody likes that. But
it's closing off my mind.
My grandmother was a fortune teller, and she taught my mom and I. So. But I've had a lot of people come back to me and say, yeah, you're really good. But I'm not a tested psychic, not. So, but I was thinking about maybe some couple of suggestions for throwing my way that I should do it more. And I was thinking about doing it on the beach or somewhere around here. And I did ask about this because I lived here back in 2011 for a short time, and I was asking about it then. I went to town hall and asked them, you know, what's needed for that. But then I got called away. I had to go back to Toronto and pass someone who wasn't too well. I decided it was my decision to go down. So then I haven't been here since 2011 until just December 2018. I moved back up here. So anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking about that, and I'm also thinking maybe what else I could do. You know, like I don't know, sell sandwiches on the beach or something. Like they won't. Finding out about all these things, like if you can have a hot dog stand down at the beach, I don't think you can. So finding out stuff like that, because there's a lot of business, I think, to be had at the beach, you know, and I'm just trying to think, like, what do people want? You know, what do they want? Do they want floating key rings? Could I sell those? You know, handmade floating key rings or something. But I'm thinking about stuff like that. And that's, I guess I just came to hear what everybody has to say and how things go. Because I don't know anything about business, I'll tell you that much. My dad was a businessman. He was the president of Country Style Donuts in the 1980s. He was Al Watson. The owner died, and Alan Lowe was his personal best friend. He and Alan Lowe owned Country Style. Alan Lowe died suddenly of a heart attack in 1982, and the family approached my dad and asked him to settle the business end of things. That's what Dad told me. And so my dad was a businessman, but he didn't impart a lot of that on me. So I don't know much about business, and I'm not an educated person either. I think I got as far as grade 10 and a little few credits, and that's about it. So that's it. So I can't talk a whole lot of business savvy with you guys, all the business lingo and terms and all those things. But I'd like to hear about it, but maybe learn it. So I can always go to courses. I know that. But this is more fun. So thank you.
Can I just try to think?
Sure, please. Ellen has a comment or thought.
So Sue, to your point about, you know, not having a lot of business savvy, like honestly, it's spirit and you've got spirit.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Talk to me after. I'm going to give you the contact with the economic development officer at the town who may be able to help you answer those questions a little easier than bylaw. It's a bit tricky doing stuff on the beach. You're either dealing with municipality or
maybe not just, maybe even not the beach, maybe
for sure
place around whatever.
So
I'm open to
Yeah, before
flexible.
you quickly depart, let's connect with us. Yeah, awesome.
I know Ellen from Friends of Wasaga, by the way. I met Ellen a couple of times at Friends of Wasaga before COVID set in. So,
Which is such a wonderful community connection on Facebook. If you haven't found your way to Friends of Wasaga, for the girls, women of Wasaga, great connections are made there and collaborations, both socially and business as well.
and I think, Ellen, too, probably the Women's Business Association of Wasaga might be a good place for me to go too.
Well, if you want to come sometime, I'm
Yeah.
a member of that organization. You can come as a guest.
Yeah,
Check it out.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what they have
All
to
about
say.
not for right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the last one that you said? The
Women of
women
Wasaga.
Women of
Wow. Women of
Business
Wasaga.
Association or something like that.
WBW.
Like there's a woman down there I saw last night. I went into the Georgian Circle restaurant last night for dinner. And the lady owner in there, Christina.
Yeah.
She got the Wasaga Beach, beach commerce thingy.
That's what I do too.
Chamber of Commerce, she got the award for that.
Yeah.
The owner at the Georgian for 2022. So that's women. I mean, I'm not gonna have anything against men. I like my dad very much.
Okay, very good. Sue, welcome. Glad you could join us today. Feel free to join us in the future as well.
Thank you.
For sure, and all of you. Okay, so next we have Melanie. Good to see you today, Melanie. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I know a lot of faces here, but it's my first time at the networking business meeting. So thank you for having me. I am in direct sales. So I am as my shirt says, my heart beats Sensi, and it's been beating Sensi for 10 years. To me, it's not about the sales. It's about the relationships that I make with people. And we have wonderful gift boxes that are surprise. Ellen, this is yours. And it's like I said, it's the smile that I put on people's faces when they get their products or they come back to me and they say, oh my gosh, my house smells so good. We work with real estate agents for closing gifts. There's lots of opportunity. I just brought a little mini warmer here to show you. It plugs directly into your outlet. If you don't like scent, makes a great night light for your bathroom. Who wants to turn on a light in the middle of the night? The great thing with Sensi is they're safe. If your outlet is upside down, they've made it like that. Sensi knows that we're in hard economic times. They have great specials going on this month with certain warmers. You can get bars for free. They're always doing stuff like that for us. So anyway, if you have any questions, it's just a safer alternative to candles. Sense your house with the heat of a light bulb that goes inside. I didn't put it in, but a little light bulb that goes in there. And there's a lot of different, we have over, I think, 80 different warmers, some that sit on the table.
So is that a liquid you put in it, or is
it's a bar of wax?
It's bar wax.
And great gifts for weddings. If people don't like scent, if people don't like scent cleaning products, and I'm happy to have people here today that have used the products that can vouch for them, so it's not coming from me, but it's been a great business. It's allowed me to stay home with my daughter, who's now 12, and I started when she was 18 months, so it's been a good run.
Thank you very much. Okay.
So.
And you have a large team?
Yeah, I have almost 400 in my group. We are spread out from here to Florida, Quebec, Nova Scotia.
Wow.
And, there's opportunities to earn trips and things like that. With COVID, we were fortunate enough that we were able to take the money equivalent. So that helped. But they're getting back into the swing of things now. And I have just one level left to get to the very tippy top of the compensation plans.
Wow.
I'm working.
Very good. Very good. Okay, well, I'm glad you could join us today. Yeah, definitely. Next up, we have Cindy Jameson, who works together with her husband, Don. They've become good friends. They come out to our Friday night open mics at Studs Lonigans. Tell us about yourself, Cindy.
So my name is Cindy Jameson, as David mentioned. We've been in Wasaga now for a little over 2 years. I actually represent two companies, our contracting business, which we do small renovation work, we do trim and door installations, that kind of thing, outside bathrooms. You saw Jerry's, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing, like just smaller stuff right now, only because, you know, my husband's kind of getting to the point where he'd like to retire, but not happening yet. So that's what we do. And we've been working on our own house for quite a while. That's just because it's been busy everywhere else. I also sell trim and doors for a company in Stouffville called Tofino Door and Trim. If anybody's needing replacement trim doors, anything like that, we can accommodate you. We can also do anything custom as well. And that includes anybody looking for a special front door, for example, like a custom door, we can accommodate that too. So it kind of works hand in hand together. It's mostly fun. For the most part, good customers. There's always
I have a question.
Yes.
I was wondering, do you do those retractable screen doors?
No, unfortunately, no. We are more, yeah, Dawn does.
Dawn
My
does?
husband, yeah,
She does.
my husband has a blinds and shutters business, and he also does Mirage retractable screen doors.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why today he's very busy right now doing that.
Okay, I bought in Stonebridge. My place isn't ready yet, but as soon as it's ready now, the end of September, it was supposed to be last month. I'll be moving into Stonebridge and we'll be looking for that.
David can give me your contact information and then I'll send you.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Okay,
for that. So that's
you.
kind of, so like, we're busy, like everybody else is.
How about fences? Would you do a fence?
Yeah, absolutely. You will.
Oh, wow.
Decks, fences, finished rec rooms.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need your card.
Okay.
The other day.
Oh, is that right?
Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Cindy. Next up, Rob Hutchison. Real.
Yes, it is.
We have to come back to you. You want us to come back?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Like David said, it's Rob Hutchison. I'm with Century 21.
Break.
Don's heard enough. Heard it too many times. And I almost know everybody here. So yeah, lately people are asking me a lot about the real estate and what's happening in the last month. And you know, there's been a bit of a, call it a soft landing, as opposed to, I don't really, the prices up around this area really haven't changed much. I think in Toronto there's been a 1% drop, which isn't really significant as far as, especially this time of year. Spring is the big rush in the real estate market. And now that we're into summer, people are starting to get outside. So this is a normal slowdown as far as that goes. And on top of that, a lot more houses are starting to hit the market now too. People taking advantage of the high prices. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes with interest rates and stuff like that. But right now it's not the doom and gloom that some people are anticipating or talking about.
So, Sunnydale Road on the left-hand side,
yeah,
all that's where all that development's going on.
Yeah.
There's
they're into the hundreds of homes there.
Yeah.
Included on the other side is the Stainer, the Wasaga station, or not Wasaga station, they call it Wasaga.
It's
that's a whole other one, and there's already people moving into that one too. So that whole
I haven't been by lately, but I've been coming back to Toronto. I cut down there.
Yeah, it's gonna be
they're building.
Yeah, and they're planning their own stores and shopping. Like it's going to be quite complex when it's done. It's right on my old mountain biking trails right there. So I'm a little disappointed I can't get to them anymore, but it'll be fine when it's done.
The bid wars stop?
Oh, what?
The bid wars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the most part. Depends. Northern Ontario, I think they're just hitting Northern Ontario.
Oh, really?
They're a little bit behind.
Who is helping those?
I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
There's no signs up, to see all the equipment and everything.
The sign, there's been a building there and a sign there for a while.
Yeah,
like the
Redberry.
Yeah.
Redberry?
Yeah,
Redberry. That's it. So
all right.
That's it in a minute.
Right. So I know if you need real estate assistance, Rob will point you in the right direction for sure. Great guy. We've worked together with some clients. So
that's worked out well. Thanks, Dave.
Great. Sal, we'll come back to you because Sal's got a 5-minute presentation.
Sure.
let's go over to my good friend Ellen Timms.
Thank you.
Ellen Timms,
Thank you.
welcome. Tell us about yourself, and don't be shy about your running on as a counselor. She's you know.
Right now. My members are present. Why I say that is I'm with the Chamber of Commerce. I work as membership advocacy, and the chamber, just like you guys in your business, is coming out of the COVID years, is kind of regrouping and re-strategizing. The annual general meeting is this week, and thank you to David Grossman, who has been nominated and will be joining the board.
Oh, good.
So that's pretty exciting. I'm also the volunteer vendor coordinator for the Wasaga Beach Farmers Market, and that ad looks really great. That's the first time I saw it. When you held that up.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we were.
I didn't have your email.
So that's pretty neat. And I wanted to let you know the market opens June 21st, and there's a good collaboration between the chamber and the farmers market. We're going to be for the very first time doing a business of the week. So the chamber is providing the booth and the tent and the table, and our members are invited to book a weekend, or sorry, a Tuesday, and come out and set up and expose themselves to the market shoppers. So that's kind of neat. Again, ask a busy person. David Grossman is the entertainment coordinator for the farmers market, because you know, if you get in people's trajectory, David, you get you know, sucked into
more responsibility. Yeah.
So those are two things. I also did bring some postcards from the September Stonebridge Blues Fest that's coming up. So it's got the line up there if anybody wants to grab one and stick it on the fridge there on that little table. So a lot happening in town, and you know, I was just saying to some of these guys, it's so exciting to see people getting out again. And to you, Brian, I've been floating this idea around of a collaboration between you and Merle Norman to do headshots, chamber members, and with a secondary price for non-members. So I'd like to talk to you about that idea and see if it's something you'd be interested in. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so
Great.
Ellen's, I guess, on the clock with the chamber, so I'll put in a plug for her of counselor as running for counselor. She definitely a lot of support, and she really should be a town councillor. If you're on Facebook, you'll see that there's a lot of divisiveness in the town, and Ellen's the type of person who listens and gets along with everybody. And I think one of the problems in the town is that people don't necessarily feel heard. And so you need somebody who can listen. And that's what leadership is about. And so Ellen really should be on the council, and I hope she wins.
Well, thank you, David. And I just want to say that I'm an independent thinker, and I'm not aligned to any particular candidate. So if you're interested in learning more about me and my background, I do have a website. It's ellentimms.ca, not .ca. So I'm spending time right now early in the campaign, setting myself up weekly somewhere. I was at the Beacon a couple of weeks ago, and just letting people come and see me and check me out, or tell me something they want to tell me, or ask me questions. And that's before the door knocking begins later in the summer.
Right.
So, but
that's Tuesday afternoons.
you know what? I've moved it around, so I'm trying every week to do a different day, a morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm having trouble finding an evening location because the restaurants are super busy and quite noisy, and it's, you know, it's not conducive or fair to take up a section to hope someone will show up to chit chat.
Right.
But yes, so you can follow me on Facebook, and I also have a candidate page, and I put them out as events. So, and if anyone wants to host, start right. Just a few neighbors on your driveway, I'm really happy to come out to do that as well. That would be great. In fact, I have someone on Thursday that reached out and asked me, they have mobility issues, so asked me to come to their house because they aren't coming out to restaurants. So yeah, thank you
Just a
guys.
question, are you aligned with anyone who's running for mayor?
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's
And
good.
it's early in the game, like there's only 2 people running for mayor right now, right? So we know that there will be more, and I'm sure by the time we get to the election, there'll be at least 20 people running for council.
Who's running for mayor?
The mayor, Nina, by Paulson, it has registered, and Farkas from Skydive, Wasaga Beach has registered as well. Les Farkas, he's the owner of Skydive Wasaga Beach. And it's
What if that's that guy was advertised in Georgia?
he hasn't registered yet, but rumor has it it'll be soon.
Yeah. Right. Excellent.
Yeah, and is Brian Jim, is Brian?
Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Yeah, that former mayor Brian Smith has it. He will be also registering soon. So it's going to be an interesting race, but we should not take up the time with politics.
Okay, so that's good. Let's,
Friends of mine came up skydiving and they had a great time.
yeah.
I did it too. It's wonderful.
Wow, too scared. I don't want to do that.
All right, absolutely. Ellen, thank you very much. Okay, Sal, you ready to do your presentation?
Tell you some more lies.
Some more lies. So Sal joined us last week. He just walked in the door. He saw a group of people and he said, "Hey, what's going on here? I like people." So I said, "Come on, sit down." So he joined us and here he is. So welcome. Sal.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Sal Greco and I sell for Max Radio 97.1 FM. The office is down the highway there across from Blue Mountain Chrysler. And our station, I'm just using my PowerPoint presentation. So our station, ladies and gentlemen, is big coverage area as far as over to Honey Harbor, to Aurelia, to Camp Borden, to cover Barrie, and as far as Meaford. So our station is 50,000 watts all day. Not some stations after 6 o'clock they have to cut their power. Our license allows us to stay power 24/7. So at 10 o'clock at night, you'll hear the same thing as you're hearing right now.
Quick question on that. Why don't we get Q107 up here? Is that because of the distance?
That's the distance.
Okay,
and
thank
the
you.
Power.
Thank
Yeah. So also the company's Bayshore Broadcasting out of Owen Sound.
Yeah.
And we have about 10 stations. What we've got the mix 107. Also, the other stations are country and western. So, for example, if you advertised on 97 for your business, and you'd like to also put an ad on country 106 in Fort Elgin, you can do that. It's an extra charge, but you could advertise that way. So that's our coverage. So our station's committed to helping your business grow. I'd have to read reading this here. Our station's well known in our medium, and our radio advertising increases your business. That's a proven factor, and it's radio also is connected with search engines and makes people aware, and your business comes out also. But word of mouth is always the best, but radio takes word of mouth to a whole new level. To imagine, instead of telling one person, your business also tells thousands of people when you're on the radio. So if you're looking for doing some shopping, listen to the radio and you'll find out some information. So radio listeners engages with digital differently because of the people checking prices, learning things, spare time you're listening on the radio, different things. So why radio? Radio's ability to targeted advertising that sells, because radio offers a variety of formats to allow you to pinpoint your advertising on the station that best match your target consumers. You can market the age and gender and the type of customer who will most want your products and services. However, you can pinpoint advertising on a broad reach, scattershot newspaper and TV media forms. Radio overcomes this. Radio is unique in its ability and it makes your business money. Your sales are increased. So our station is committed to helping you, and it's a win-win situation. We can help your business grow. The attendance and information will, I'll put that right. The attendance and information will help your business succeed and also contribute to a vibrant community. It's well known that radio is the best medium to help boost your message when you and your staff deliver the right combination of local information, service, and fun. Your radio campaign will reach the right people and keep them wanting more to come to you. When listeners want to know what's happening in Collingwood, we know that radio with Max 97 is one of the best solutions, because radio 97.7 FM is one of the #1 stations in the Georgian Bay area. A survey has showed that. So radio is on target, and it's online. There's no there's no drop off in your business when you advertise on the radio. Multiple platforms ability due to apps and station streaming, podcasting, and station social sites. It reaches the consumer on their way to make a purchase. So radio advertising is one of the best methods. And another point is, if you're trying to promote a promotion or a sales, saturation is a proven factor. And I can say that from my own experience when I had a retail business many years ago. I'd advertise, say, during the week, but then the weekend usually was busy. So, for example, Thursday and Friday, instead of one ad or two ads, I put in 4 or 5 or 6 ads. You pounce out, and then you'll see the results when people come shopping or on the weekend. We've had that a number of times. We want to promote. We wanted to promote a Christmas slippers. Well, we put that in there, and we sold out, pretty well sold out of the slippers. That's what we advertised. People were coming in buying that. They weren't looking for other stuff. They come in and bought the slippers. So saturation does sell. So folks, our prices are reasonable. And we have good deals. And for example, we have a deal where you get 55 30-second spots, and then that you can run that over 3 months, say June, July, and August. And each month you pick your days you want to, if you want 10 ads in June and 20 in July, and then you want to pounce it on August, we set it up that way. So your business will get results. So all in all, as I say, I'm here. I've handed out my cards. I'm happy to talk to anyone. Just give me a call. And thank you very much. Thank you, David.
Thank you. So you said you have a special 55 30-second ads.
Right.
What does that run for?
What's it run for?
Yes.
You can run it.
Like cost what?
Cost? The cost is $1,000.
Yeah.
And what we do is we bill you. If you want to run it, let's say June, July, and August, we proportion it and just bill you June, then for July, and then for August. You're not hit with $1,000 bill right off the bat. Each month, it's proportion. And everybody finds it a lot easier.
Okay, I would assume.
And we also give 16 30-second commercials free. 2 spots per day, one on Saturday and one Sunday.
When is the busiest time? Is it during the drive time in the morning? Is that when people are listening?
They're proportions all day, yeah. To definitely, if you say we can't pinpoint, I want it every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. You say, well, I like to have my commercials in the morning. So they'll alternate. They might come in at 8, then one might come in at 10 or 11, but they'll alternate.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood.
So were they written and produced in-house?
You just give us some information. We make up the commercial, show it to you, and you say yes or no, and then, we make it. Our writer will do the, make up the commercial.
I like it.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Dal. Thanks a lot.
And I gave you, my daughter is a bookkeeper. And she has been doing business for about 12 years and she's had to expand. So she says, take my business cards around with you, Dad. So if anybody needs a bookkeeper. Thanks, folks.
Okay, great. So thank you. Okay, just going to check. We have maybe questions or comments here. Okay, yeah, we have Lori's contact information here. Right. So if you want Lori's contact information, make sure that you either snap a photo of that or come and see me because I've got it here too. Okay.
Just leave it there for a second, Don.
Yeah, we'll leave it here for a bit. So
Dawn?
Yes.
Or David? David, would you be able to can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Would you be able to put a list of the attendees, their company name, maybe phone number and email?
Yes. Yeah, I could. Great. I can do that. We should have a pass around a sheet, a sign in, and
that's easiest.
So that's what we're going to do. So okay, I'm going to do my little presentation now. So let's use, I've got some handouts here. I don't know if there's enough copies for everybody, but maybe we can share if not. And yeah, so if you want to, if you would, and I'm going to pass this around here. Please put your contact information on there on the back. And then we'll have that available.
For what? Contact information
so that people want to get a hold of you.
Okay, in the group.
Yeah. Sort of okay. All
David,
right.
Can you sign me in, please, when you get a moment?
Yes, we will. We will sign.
Thank you.
Problem. Okay, I'm going to try and share my presentation online too, in case, well, for Lori's benefit, and then it's just one slide, and then also because it is being recorded, and you just never know. So let's see. Can you see the screen there, Lori?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. All right. So a lot of people are interested in private mortgage lending. So first of all, I'll talk about what is a private mortgage, just in case anybody doesn't know. So what happens is you go to the bank normally when you want to buy a property or refinance property for any reason. And you borrow money from the bank. Most people will do that, right? Lots of banks around. But sometimes people don't qualify for the mortgage that they want for a number of reasons. It could be they're self-employed. They may be very strong borrowers making good money, but they just don't look good on paper. That could be because they're in a cash business. It could be because they are, they're aggressive when it comes to how they do their taxes and they write off everything under the sun. And so the net income doesn't look all that exciting on paper, but they may be doing very well. And then they go to the bank, and the first thing the bank says, if you're self-employed, is show me your tax returns. Mm-hmm. And the tax returns are made for doing your taxes, but the banks are sort of working in cahoots with CRA to make sure that people pay their fair share of taxes. But there's a lot of lenders out there, both institutional and private, who will look beyond the tax returns. So from an institutional standpoint, we have lenders who will look at things like bank statements to see that you've got income to be able to service the debt. They will look at commission statements, for example, if you're a real estate agent or mortgage broker or insurance person and you're getting commissions. So they're not going to ask you for your tax returns because they know that a lot of times it's not representative of your ability to service the debt. And then sometimes people want to borrow money maybe to buy an investment property or more than one investment property. And banks are very strict when it comes to lending money on investment properties. And also somebody may have a credit issue. Maybe they had a difficult time, or maybe they're going through a difficult time and they want to take equity out of their property. They could have lost a job, are looking for a new job. Maybe somebody got sick. So lots of things can happen where people, especially now, because real estate values went up in the last 2-3 years. So people have equity in their properties and they may want to borrow funds to do renovations in their house, buy a second property, maybe buy a vacation home, maybe pay off debts. Maybe they ran out credit cards for different reasons, and good or bad, and there's equity there. So when you can't qualify for a mortgage at the bank or with any institution, there is private lending. And private lending, we work with a number of mortgage investment corporations who are more flexible when it comes to things like income and credit. And there's also private individuals that lend money on mortgages. And people who are into it, they swear by it, because if you invest your money in the stock market, well, you can all see what happens with the stock market. You have a good year and then you have a terrible year, right? So there's a lot of volatility in the stock market. When you invest in mortgages, as long as it's a good mortgage, then you don't get that kind of volatility, right? You should be getting steady returns. And as long as there's equity in the property, your investment is safe. So this little primer here is just one page, and it highlights some of the things that are most important to consider if you want to invest in mortgages. So the first thing people say is, well, what are my returns going to be like? So your returns, depending on the amount of risk, will typically be between 6 and 15%. It also matters whether it's a first mortgage or a second mortgage, right? The side note, mortgage investing is RRSP eligible. So you can actually set up an account with a trustee. Olympia Trust is one that's commonly used. Put money in there, and then you can invest in mortgages. Mortgage investing, the terms are usually shorter terms, right? Because the borrowers are paying higher rates. So usually it's just a bridge of some kind. They're trying to get through a difficult time, or they want to flip a property, or something's happening, and it's usually short-term money. So as an investor, you get to move your money around a lot, which is a good thing. As long as your mortgage is getting paid back on time, you can move your money around, which is good. So you're not stuck in anything for a long period of time. Shouldn't be. The next point, equity, or what they call loan to value. This is one of the most important things to consider when you're assessing whether a mortgage investment is good or not good. And that is how much equity is there in the property, right? Because you're only protected by the amount of equity. So if somebody has $1 million property and there's a loan on that property for $750,000, there's $250,000 in equity. Or they'll say the loan to value on that mortgage is 75% because there's 75% mortgage, 25% equity, right? So loan to value is a key thing. Most private lenders are comfortable at 65% or 75%. Some go higher. You want higher returns, you take a risk, you go higher. But the beauty of it is that if prices, real estate prices do happen to drop, you're protected by that equity. So if you have a $750,000 mortgage on a property, on $1 million property, and that property drops by 10 or 15%, you're still protected. Okay. So you might be saying to yourself, I don't have $750,000 to invest, but sometimes the loan to value could be calculated by having more than one mortgage on a property. So maybe somebody has a $700,000 first mortgage on a property and they need to borrow $50,000. The bank won't give them the money. And you say, I can lend this person $50,000 and maybe make a 10 or 12% return on my money. And there's still that 25% buffer there, right? Because their loan to value is still considered to be 75%. You have the first and second mortgage together. Exit strategy. That's very important. You want to make sure if you're going to lend your money, you're going to be able to get it back. So if the borrower is not qualifying at the bank today, what is the plan? How are you going to get your money back? Are they planning on selling the property in the future so that you'll be able to get your money back? Are they maybe in between jobs, but they're very employable? You don't want to lend your money to somebody who's on a downward spiral, especially if there's little equity. Some people don't mind lending under any circumstances. They'll lend as long as there's sufficient equity. They may have to hand it off to their lawyer if the person doesn't take necessary action to, refinance or sell the property so you get your money back, and your lawyer will have to take action. But there's, but then that leads us to some of the other things. And as a mortgage broker, I will always look at, what is the story here? Can the person service the debt? Do they have income to service the debt? Is their credit good, bad? Why is it good or bad? What's the income? What's their income? Okay. So all those things, and we get proof of income. So we know what's going on. So property type is important too. Is it a residential property that can be easily rented out or sold, or is it a commercial property that is maybe commercial is a little bit higher risk than residential? Also, the location of the property. Is it land, or is it land to be developed? Is it farmland? Or is it land that's, right here in town that's like, easy to appraise? When properties are more and more far out, they're harder to sell and could be more volatile, right? So you got to consider the property type and the property location. I personally do invest in mortgages. I should tell you that I don't have an endless supply of mortgages to invest in. I've had many people over the years tell me they want to invest in mortgages. So my purpose here today was to, give you some of the highlights. If you're interested in mortgage investing and, you'd like to work with me, you can let me know. If I have a product, I will let you know. But this is information that you could work with any mortgage broker. Some of you may know I'm also a dealing representative, which means I have some what they call private investments. They're not on the stock market. Things like it is a license under the Ontario Securities Commission. So apartment REITs, real estate income trusts, apartment buildings, that kind of thing that people also like to invest in, but that's a topic for another day. But if you'd like more information about that too, then let me know. Do we have any questions about mortgage investing or about? Yeah,
right. What you hit that one right there. So I've got $500,000, and I say, I want to get involved in that apartment building.
Right.
So so the scenario is you own the apartment building, and you want to let me in, and I'll get a proportionate return on my money. Does that work? Is that the way?
Yeah, so so as a dealing representative, I offer private investments that are not on the stock market. And some of the ones that I like the most are the what they call REITs, real estate income trusts. And REITs are typically a collection of apartment buildings. And you can buy in and you can be like a shareholder. And you know, some of these REITs have been on average returning 10 to 12% with a good track record. So if anyone would like information on that, I'd be happy to provide it. They're companies that have been around many years. They own apartment buildings. A lot of the focus is in the Ontario area, but they've started to expand into some cities in the US and across Canada. So, you know, the idea behind rental apartment buildings is that there should be low volatility because everybody needs a place to live.
Yeah.
So even during COVID, they performed well. There were no issues. And, you know, I think there's some exposure now with interest rates going up, because if you own real estate, when your mortgage comes up for renewal, you know, there's your interest rate that you're paying is going to be higher. But some of these REITs, these real estate income trusts, the amount of leverage, size mortgages is not crazy, and their maturity dates of the mortgages are scattered. So, you know, they should still perform well because of the type of asset that it is.
So just, so going forward, so I put in $500,000. So, and then 5 years later, I say, you know, I think I'd like to get my money out.
Yes.
How does that work?
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing is that with the private investments, there are some restrictions in terms of how much we're allowed to sell people. So you couldn't actually put in more than 10% of your investable assets into any one fund, but you could put in, you know, 30 or 40% of your investable assets into private investments, and most of them are a 3 to 5 year hold. So if you wanted the money back in a year, there would be some penalties. But if you were going to hold for 3 to 5 years, then you'll be able to get your money out at that point.
You wouldn't be able to get.
You would be able to, if you're in it for 3 to 5 years. Yes, if it's a 1 year investment, then private equity is not the way to go. It would be more of a mortgage investment. But if it's at least 3 to 5 years, then you're no problem. Yeah.
So I don't want to hold everybody up, but I've often thought. I mean, I don't have money, but I wonder. I've heard stories. So I put my money in and then say to you that I think in 3 years I'd like to get my money back.
Yes.
You say that up front?
Yeah, it's not a problem, because these are, you know, there's each of these investments have an offering memorandum which explains everything, and any penalties are disclosed. So like the first year is a larger penalty to get your money back. Second year it goes down, and by the third year you'll see there's no penalty, so you can get your money back after 3 years.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there like what point or money level or money entry, like is there a suggestion, or do you
minimum would be like $10,000,
and then depending on how much money, then it's advisable and what their plans are to which works.
So my job would be to talk to somebody, understand what their assets are. You know, we're supposed to fill out like a know your client form. So we have a picture of your income, your assets, liquid assets versus fixed assets, your goals, your short-term needs, long-term needs. We want to make sure that's money that you're not going to need in 6 months. And also you shouldn't be overexposed, like to have too much. You should always have some diversification. Cool. Yes. Good.
Okay, so my 2 points for myself are, I don't know if it's too late, but I would like to get a place on my own at some time. And also I'm wondering how to grow my money safely. So I'm talking to a number of people on this, not just yourself, like the CIBC Bank, who I bank with, and the Royal Bank. And I got a something pro bono with the investment people. And they just sent me a run by what they think I should do. But I'm looking at all things to pick the best one that I think is right for me, not just what somebody tells me, right?
Yeah.
But so after the meeting, is it possible for me to get a couple pointers from you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
If anybody wants to talk to me after the meeting.
You have time, yeah, or you're not rushing off to somewhere else.
Yeah, well,
time.
we could also schedule something. So
Sure.
here's my cards, and if you want to pass them around.
Thank you. Whatever's better, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be so disruptive.
Thank you.
But I was wondering if we could take a picture where everybody's looking at the camera.
Yeah, sure.
And
Let's
the
do that. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to end the recording now, because that's pretty much the end of the meeting.
Oh.
And Lori, thank you very much for joining us online. Good to have you with us. And you look well, so I hope you'll be feeling well soon, and perhaps join us in person next month.
Yes, this was great. I really appreciate it. I'll be reaching out to a number of you for sure. Really glad I made it. Thank you
very much.
Thanks, Lori.
See the camera. They can't see.
All the best, everyone. Stay healthy.
Thanks a lot, Lori.
Take care.
Take care.
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye, Lori.
Bye now. Take care.
Bye.
Is there anyone that